Testing, 1, 2, 3.
testing. Hey guys, I'm here with Adam and we're here at Leeds Unleashed Comic Con.
Hello.
And I want to say Adam Basil.
That's correct.
And it's like Adam Basil.
Americans say Basil. Adam Basil. But English we say Basil. Basil.
So do you want to tell us a bit about your career?
Yeah. So my name is Adam Basil. I played the Beast in Beauty and the Beast. I played Venom in Venom. There's a picture here for The Last of Us. I played the bloater in The Last of Us for any TV and game fans. I've done a bit of Star Wars. There's a Death Trooper in Star Wars. A range of characters, stunts and acting. Yes.
Stunts.
Yeah.
You like doing stunts?
Not really. I like stunts that don't hurt. They're the best stunts. And don't do stunts at home unless you want to. In which case, go for it.
What's the most dangerous stunt you've ever done?
I think the most dangerous stunt I've ever done would have been, let me just think, some of the things we did in Beauty and the Beast were pretty good. We did a lot of wire work around the castle. In the movie, there's one scene where Gaston is chasing the Beast around. Some of that, I wouldn't say particularly dangerous, but it was very high on wires, running around the castle and things like that. That was good fun.
Oh. Did you have to learn to dance?
The one thing I didn't do in that movie was dance. They got a professional dancer. I'm not bitter about it though, it's fine. Yeah.
You could pretend you did.
I pretend.
Like Ryan Reynolds did with Deadpool. Just like, yeah, that was me in the suit.
Did he pretend that he did all the stunts? Did Ryan Reynolds do that? He definitely didn't.
So you was in The Last of Us, is that your most recent project?
The Last of Us, I've done a few things since then, but The Last of Us was, I didn't do season 2, just did season 1 of The Last of Us in Canada with Pedro Pascal, up in the north of Canada. There's a picture of the guy here. That's my acting range. That's all I got. I can't, other grunting noises, punching sounds, laser sounds in Star Wars. That's
sound
it.
Effects as well.
I do sound effects, do my own stunts, my own sound effects, and my own acting.
How did you get into acting?
I was working in theatre. I did the theatre, and I was doing that, and I was struggling to pay my rent. And then there was a movie called Live, Die, Repeat with Tom Cruise, where they needed guys to wear these exosuits, these really heavy robotic suits, and nobody wanted to do it. They were painful, they were heavy, but this is great. This is fantastic. They were built for taller people, so when I wore the suit, it didn't hurt. And they're like, "Oh, Adam, you're so great. You don't even complain." I was like, "Yeah, it didn't hurt me at all." But if you were of a certain size, you had to carry this thing like that. So people were like, they were in agony all the time, and I was just like, so they thought I was a hero, but actually it didn't hurt. So they kept on calling me for other bits and pieces, and after that I started getting more work, and then Beast came from that, and Venom came later. So the movement, the creature stuff, that's what I like to do, really. Monsters.
I love that movie. It's not called Live, Die, Repeat.
What did they call it in the end? It was
Summit Tomorrow.
That's right. Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow.
That,
yeah.
But then the poster says Live, Die, Repeat.
Exactly. Yeah.
It is
exactly.
a really good movie, yeah.
Chloe knows her stuff.
I do.
That was because that was the working title, and the original thing is based on, but the movie was called The Edge of Tomorrow. Right. The Edge of Tomorrow. Great film. I think they're going to make a second one soon. Ooh. Inside scoop there for you, Leeds.
When Tom Cruise has stopped his Mission Impossible 27.
Yeah.
I don't know how many Mission Impossibles there are.
I think they're up to 127 now, yeah. It's officially 127.
I think they're trying to give Fast and Furious a run for the money.
Yeah, exactly. Or Spider-Man. Isn't that up to 14 now? Spider-Man 14, something like that?
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man.
There's more coming out.
There is.
There's more Supermans coming out.
There is, yeah. And Supergirl. I did Supergirl this year. I did the new Supergirl movie 4 months this year, January to April, which is coming out next year.
And what was you doing in that?
There's these big mean characters in there. Surprise, surprise. And we did that sort of 6 months of running around, fight scenes, that sort of stuff, really.
I'm seeing a bit of a theme. Big and mean.
Big and mean, yeah. Where's my... I'm quite tall. I'm out the shot, look.
You're out of the shot.
Back. How tall are you, Chloe?
5'1".
5'1". There is a contrast in our heights.
We'll take a photo and we'll put it in at the end. But,
yeah, brilliant. But yeah, it's great to be here in Leeds at this Comic-Con event.
When did you start doing Comic-Cons?
I started doing it about 6 years ago. I was lucky enough to get involved with you guys, so I've been around the country doing different ones, and I love doing it. I love talking about the movies. I love seeing the costumes people build, make, and there's some really super talented people here who put a lot of effort in, so it's always like an honour for me to come and talk about my passion, which is movies, and share those experiences with people, give them a bit of inside scoop about how it is. I mean, people here you can't see, you will see in the edit, of people walking around with very heavy, uncomfortable, hot costumes.
Yes.
And that's what we do. That's what we do. And I love to be able to talk to people about that process. Things like Beauty and the Beast they spent 3 months building the costume, or things like The Last of Us was months and months of people crafting and making all the things that you see. So I love to see other people doing it for themselves, and you can do it for like a lot less money than what these guys spend and do a really good job. And so I'm always honoured to be invited to come to these events and talk about movies.
Is there a favourite movie? Your favourite?
I loved doing Venom because it was working with Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis, who played Gollum and played all these characters, and he's such a nice guy, and there's nothing they don't know about movement and acting and creatures, and they're just super nice about it, so that was great to be able to work with those guys. Any job is a good job. Any job's a good job. So film and TV, you get lovely people involved, very skillful, interesting characters. We're all lunatics, so we're all bonkers, and that's why we got into it.
You're all lovely though. I've interviewed many people, from puppet people, and and you're all just so nice.
Thank you.
And you're all just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Happy to have work.
Exactly. Puppeteers are amazing, aren't they? So talented.
Definitely.
Really lovely people.
Have you got a project coming up you'd like to talk about?
I've got, what have I got coming out? We're working on the new Lord of the Rings TV series.
New Lord of the Rings TV series?
Yeah, that's coming out, and some other bits and pieces that I can't talk about right now.
Can't talk about that, so I guess we'll have to turn the camera off and talk about it instead.
Turn it off.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, Chloe. Thank you very much.